Multiply and simplify. I have 8x squared plus 24x over 4x plus 16. This is one fraction times another fraction, x squared minus 16 over x cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x. Then I have four different choices for my answers here. Okay, so here's my problem. Look at this numerator here, 8x squared plus 24x. What do they have in common? What do these two terms have in common? I know 8 times 3 is 24, so they both have an 8, don't they? This is 8 times 1 and 8 times 3, and they also have a what? They also have this in common, don't they? So what do they have in common? 8x. 8x times x is 8x squared. Then you have your plus, and 8x times 3 is 24x. 8x times x is 8x squared. 8x times 3 is 24x. So we had a common monomial factor, 8x. Over here, what do these have in common? The 4x and the 16? They have a 4 in common, don't they? That would be 4 times x is 4x, and then you're going to have your plus sign, and 4 times 4 is 16. Okay? Now, on the right side, this is the difference of two squares. So you're going to have x plus 4 and x minus 4, aren't you? Start off, you're going to have x times x, and 16, the square root of 16 is 4, and you're going to have plus 4 times minus 4 to give you negative 16. Okay? This is the difference of two squares. When you factor it, you get x plus 4 and x minus 4. Let's look at the bottom now. You have x cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x. You have an x in common on all three of these, don't you? So if you take the x out, you'll end up with x squared. Notice x times x squared is x cubed. Then x times 6x is 6x squared. And x times 9 is 9x. So if you factor the x out, you're left with a perfect square trinomial. That would be x squared plus 6x plus 9. And that would give you x and x. Put the x right here, and you're going to have x here and x here to give you your x squared. And the square root of 9 is what? 3 and 3. And notice when you add the outside, when you multiply the outside terms, you get 3x. Multiply the inside terms, you get another 3x. When you add 3x plus 3x, what do you get? Okay, so now we factored that. Okay. Now notice you have an x plus 3 here and an x plus 3 here. We can cancel those terms, okay? And also we have an x plus 4 here and 1 down here, okay? So we can cancel those two binomials. We'll cancel those, all right? And then notice we have an 8 here and a 4 here. An 8 and a 4 have what in common? They both can be divided by 4, can't they? So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Okay? So you'd have a 1 down here, which you don't have to write the 1. Notice you have an x here and an x here. They cancel, don't they? So you end up with 2 times this binomial for the numerator, 2 times this, and on the bottom everything canceled except this. All right? So we're looking for 2 times x minus 4 over x plus 3. We're going to pick this answer here. This answer had a plus 4 instead of a minus 4. And this, you should have x plus 3 on the bottom. Okay. This has an x plus 2 on the bottom. Okay. So we're picking this one because we have x, this is x plus 4 when we should have x minus 4. Our answer was 2x minus 4 over x plus 3. We're picking answer A.